Hello, welcome to Commaful Vibe Time, where I put the U back in YouTube, and I'm also full of commas, as my hoodie suggests. Yes, I will introduce my hoodie because it's now a part of me. It is part of my skin now. I will never take this off. Anyway, let's start with Half Full by Somskis. The Cage were a hunting tribe. A proposal between a cage couple was an act of love, yes, but it was also a declaration of protection. Tradition stated that the woman of the pairing was to be presented with a hunter's knife. It would be an intricately made ceremonial tool, but also a symbol of the mothers to vow to feed her young. The Cage were a hunter's tribe, and a tribe steeped in tradition. My Effie and I were a break from that. I knew we were destined to be together from the moment she tugged my braids in the school hut and hooted, "Hey, shy girl," pulling me from my studies with the force of 1,000 proposal knives. When she proposed, she gifted me a chalice and said that she would let me drink deeply from her riches and she would provide for me. At first, my parents were against it. 2 women in a pairing? How could they have children? But Effie proved herself again and again, hunting in the wilds and protecting her charges at home. Effie was a firecracker, but she also kept her promise of providing. Therefore, our chalice was always half full. Wow, that's incredible. I really love the world that you built here. It seems like you put a lot of thought behind it. And, oh man, I love this. Well written as usual. And, man, I'm so glad that the couple worked out. And the way it ended, so perfect. It's so clever, and I look forward to reading more from you. Happy, a poem. All I want is to have a real smile. I want to be able to tell people that I'm doing good. I shouldn't have to lie every time they say, "How are you doing today?" All I want is to love myself. I want to think my curves are beautiful, that no one sees me as ugly. I shouldn't have to cry when I look in the mirror. I should see my beauty even clearer. I shouldn't be sad. I want to be happy. That's a mood. Happiness is probably one of the most important human emotions after compassion and empathy, but that's not an emotion. Anyway, yeah, and I think everyone deserves it. And the way you wrote this, it brings up so many important things. Like how people define us by our beauty and how much it affects us as humans. How the perceived standard of beauty is how we judge our happiness, and also the truth behind how we lie when people ask us if we're okay when we're not okay. Incredible. Incroyable. Puppet by Inspartian. Standing up against the wall, my head held up high, watch shadows laugh in my face. Wherever is my pride? Is this really what you want from me? A puppet played by your hands? I will be forever as you want me to be. In the dark I await your commands. Each pull of your string pulls me downwards, into the depths of my mind. Knowing I'm only a puppet, I've left the whole world behind. I watch as the shadows dance along the walls. Forever I'll long for that. To be a free soul drifting away, rising up out of your grasp. Slowly sliding down the wall, the dark plays a lullaby song. The shadows reach to pull me down, and your puppet says so long. Goodbye, my master. That is so true. Never let yourself be someone's puppet. Let go of the strings. I've definitely felt this. The dynamic between people where they're trying to control you and it's just pulling you down. It's so emotionally draining when you feel like you have to live up to the expectations or image that someone else is trying to push upon you. This was written so well to describe that, and with rhyme and rhythm. Oh, don't even get me started on how much I love rhyme and rhythm. Alright, next we have Eternal by Crazy Crazy Candy. We found ourselves on the edge of the horizon, where our hearts are torn along the seams. Your hand in mine, we walked along creation, though even eternal, ends sometimes. We never speak of the vows we made, the silent promise etched into the sky when our eyes first met, made to be forever, with the stars as our witness, though those stars burned out and fell into the lilac sky. And as we trace our hearts, with the glue dried and cracking along the edges from where we tried to fix us, the night after we fell apart, though we've come to realize that the promise we made to millennia has since died, lost to forever, and forever something of a memory of what love used to look like. Ooh, that's harsh. There's so much emotion, like definitely that lost love kind of vibe that was written so well with such an amazing word choice. I love the idea of a false permanence within this. Like, we always try to tell ourselves, I'll love you forever, but sometimes it just doesn't work that way. On Tied Tight by Brilliant Comma Account. Brilliant Comma Ac. Let happiness last longer tonight. Let's stay together a little more. Bond tied tight. Let us never again bicker or fight. Let us have the fun we had before. Let happiness last longer tonight. Please stay, because I believe that it's right. Let us remember good times before you step out the door. Bond tied tight. I'll hold on to you with all my might. Without your presence, I'll become poor. Let happiness last longer tonight. You can't forget our friendship's height. You'll leave me despaired on the floor. Bond tied tight. You leave me in the dark without any light. With pain I'm aching and becoming sore. Let the happiness last longer tonight. Bond tied tight. OMG. They say one of the most important things to let love come across in writing is talking about how much you long for the person. And this, I felt so much longing within this for unnamed person. I love the dynamic of wishing the person would stay longer and just feeling helpless without them. I definitely know what that feels like, and wow, you did a great job in writing this. And that leaves us to Freak by me. I'm a train wreck with no tears shed. I'm still learning how to breathe cause I can't feel yet. The ability to cry was beaten out of me. As a man they say I shouldn't show anxiety. I'm supposed to pack my heart into a box, and I'm told to hide the key after it locks. They say I'm only weak if any true emotions leak, so when I speak the way I feel, I'm called a freak. That's it. That's all I have for today. That's it. Everything. Except, of course, you know what I'm gonna say. Patreon, music, hoodie, coffee, links downstairs down over there in the description. And that's, I guess that's it. See ya.